Welcome to step 4. In step 4, you will learn how to log in into WordPress from the hosting account. It is not login and log out from the WordPress site, but you'll understand once you log in into your hosting account, you also have an option to log in from there. Just in case there will be a scenario wherein you have in your admin login and log out for your WordPress and maybe you have forgotten the password. So there's no other way to log in into WordPress if you forget the admin password. Well, this step will help you understand even if you forget the password, from the web hosting you can still log in into your WordPress, because this kind of logging uses certificate. It doesn't use any kind of user credentials to log in into your site. So it's very important that you understand this, just in case if you lost your password for your website and you cannot recollect it, or you cannot log in into your site due to some security reasons, you can always go back to this option and go into your web hosting and log in into your WordPress site from the web hosting dashboard. Okay, all the steps are shown in this lecture, and there are some exercise. Please do those exercises as well, and let me know if you have any issues or you want to ask me any questions. There's a Q&A section. Please post your questions there and I'll answer you there. Okay, so let's recap some steps and make sure we have the right WordPress installation. Okay, the first we will log into godaddy.com. Go to your account, you see your domain name, find the DNS, click on the DNS here. You should see your domain name and you should see your name servers. The name servers are point to HostGator now. So that's the first check. The second check is you log in into HostGator customer portal and you have selected your hosting account. Okay, and then you have this gear icon. Just click on the gear icon on the domain name that you want to configure, and you don't have to install WordPress. Okay, so whenever you create a domain, it's pre-installed with the WordPress. Means whenever we purchase this site and when we have entered the domain name, it has pre-installed the WordPress for us. However, we can start configure it. If you want to delete the WordPress installation and reinstall again, you can click on this delete WordPress n number of times. It won't hurt anything. It's just that you will lose all the blogs or posts or images that you have created on the website. Everything will be deleted. So it's like a fresh installation. So if you want to do a fresh installation of WordPress, you use this option. So first we'll go one by one slowly and understand what are these options. First is manage WordPress. Let's say you forgot the password or you don't know how to log in into WordPress, because when we created this WordPress site, we never gave the password for our website, right? And then how the password actually works is you have to log in from the HostGator customer portal. So it will have the password embedded in this URL and it will log in it for us. Means HostGator will log in into our website and then give us the access. Then once we have the access, in the next step I'm going to show you how do you create a user and then how do you change the password for admin and for that specific user. Okay, but for now understand that if you have any trouble logging into your website, you can always go to HostGator customer portal, go to that hosting, and you can click this manage WordPress to log in into your WordPress. Okay, just in case if you forget your password. Then you have your cache settings. Okay, CDN stands for Content Delivery Network. So let's say you have one image, and then your one image is being accessed from, let's say, US region and from India region, right? The time taken from, if your server located is in US, then that image is downloaded faster in US, wherein from India it will take some time. So this option is by default available for us, wherein it caches into different servers that is located all over the world. And if there is a server from HostGator located at nearest to India, maybe Singapore, Malaysia, Mumbai or Chennai, or maybe near to this specific India region, then that specific image is being stored in that specific nearest location. So your image is basically stored in all the servers, nearest servers, which you have more traffic. It's basically cached there. So whenever a website is being accessed from India, the first thing it's going to look into this CDN server, the nearest server, and then it will fetch the data from that specific server. Okay, so that's basically a cache settings. You will do it here. Nothing much to do it here. You just set till what time or the period the cache should be holding up your files. Then you have your email accounts. You can create n number of emails here, like support@makewpwebsite.com, contact@makewpwebsite.com. You can just create n number of email accounts. We'll definitely create one, say contact@makewpwebsite.com, and then we'll use it in our contact forms. As I told you previously, delete if you want to fresh install or reinstall WordPress by deleting the existing content, just use this option. Then CodeGuard basically does the backup for us, backup of our whole site. Just in case if something goes wrong or it's crashed and you cannot recover, you can go to CodeGuard, see whatever the latest backups that you have, and then you restore it from there. Site log basically log or scan your site for any viruses. If there's a virus, it will auto fix it, or it will let you know to fix it for yourself. Manage FTP, you have a FTP access to your file system. If there's an issue that you cannot upload files from your WordPress software, you can still log in via the manage FTP, and then you can drop the files there. SSL, if you basically when you type your website, right, the default is HTTP. It's not showing up here, but the default is HTTP. But if you want to make HTTPS, like if you look at this secure button, this is basically HTTPS. It's a secure one, but you have to pay for this. This is a certificate attached to it, so you have to buy the certificate, and for that you have to pay every month. So that's basically, if you want to attach a SSL certificate for your website, you can buy this from here. And apart from that, you can still create another blog. If you have one more website, you can click this, create a blog, enter your domain name, then it will do the installation for us. Okay, so that's basically a high level of all the options that's available. These are the only options available to work with your hosting plan, right? There's other option called web hosting. We haven't done that installation. That will give you more of the software level, a more control over your website. But we don't need that, because we want a WordPress site which is faster, 2.5 times faster than the previous one. And then if you have that kind of web hosting, having all those software installed on your machine, which actually slow down your machine, and then you're actually not using those features as well. So it's not so productive when you use WordPress. Okay, so I hope you understand the options here. We will work through all these options one by one. Let's first try to log in into WordPress. So the only thing that you have to do is log in into HostGator customer portal, go to your website, and then click on the manage WordPress. So I've already clicked, and then this is my home page. This is how the home page look like. We will start editing all the things here, but next I'll show you how to log in and log in into this WordPress site. Once we change the password here, we don't have to go back to HostGator customer portal anytime. We just have to work on this software now. So we log in into this software, we log out of this software, and then we work on all these options that's available here. First step is we'll clean up all the things that we don't need. We'll make it light and simple, and then we'll work out all our options from there. Okay, so next let's look at how to log in and log out in the WordPress.